Okay, Dylan. All right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Buds Podcast, first of 2022. Hopefully, I'm here with Matt, and today we'll be talking about obviously the NBA, the NFL, the final week. Usually it's wild card weekend, but they want more money, so they add an extra week, and also the Antonio Brown situation. That's been a little weird too, and also, of course, we have to talk about the MLB lockout, and also we'll try something new. Me and Matthew will be telling stories that we found on the internet.
My ears are
So,
messed up, Dylan.
that is
I'm
fine.
I'm glad to be on the podcast.
Yes, I know you are. Well,
So anyway, Dylan.
and also, hockey too, on top of that. So, I guess we can start off with Happy New Year, I guess.
Yeah. Happy New Year to all the
Yeah,
viewers out there. Yeah.
yeah. Happy New Year to everybody. And it's what? Been only what, 8 days? Yeah. So hey, whatever. We have 2 months to go. Anyways, first I would like to talk about the Antonio Brown situation.
Yeah, Dylan.
Cause man,
Can I speak?
he
Can I
said
speak?
a bunch of, oh my god, I don't know how to say it. But anyways, so obviously I wasn't watching a Bucks game, and he kind of just left in the middle of the third quarter, and we were all like, "What is this guy saying? What
Can I
doing?"
talk?
Because like he
Can I talk, Dylan? You
oh
allow me to
yeah,
talk?
Matt, yes,
I
he
think Antonio Brown needs some help.
needs some help.
I'm not talking about injury help. I'm talking about mental. Hold on, Dylan. Um, I think that he needs to go see a doctor and get his brain checked.
Yeah,
But can I explain something?
yes.
I think it's a beautiful gesture how he gave all his stuff to the fans.
Well, I mean, I know when he I think it was like Monday or something, he said he had ankle injury, and he you know told reporters or whatever, like he couldn't play, but obviously they cleared him. But I
Yeah,
don't know
Dylan.
who's telling the truth either. If it's just
I think Antonio
uh,
Brown's telling the truth.
like, I mean,
It's too specific to not be true. Like, why would he take his time to write all that just for nothing?
yeah, but
Especially if he's getting a lot of feedback from people saying that he did the wrong thing and that, it's a bad move. But anyway, Dylan, so let's talk about
yeah,
the Patriots.
yeah.
Let's talk about the Patriots.
Uh,
Talk about the Patriots.
well, I have some more thoughts about
Well,
this
okay, I want to move
Antonio
on from
Brown
Antonio Brown
situation.
topic as
Uh,
soon as possible.
so so
Yeah, what's your
so when
what's your
later that night or something, um or like a
Bruce
day or
Arians said
two
that he
later.
Bruce
Well,
Arians said that Antonio Brown's not a Buck anymore, and they just
yeah.
cut him like a day ago. I think is a bad move because Antonio Brown has. I think he can go. I think he has another few years on his tank if he gets his injuries
Well.
figured out.
So on
Dylan,
January,
picture this as his gas tank.
yeah,
It's probably like this
yeah,
full now, maybe
yeah.
closer to here.
You
Yeah,
know,
Dylan.
I feel like every year or so, the Patriots, he was on the team for 1 weekend, and someone else came on. Bill
All right.
Belichick was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
Dylan.
we're not have that.
Anyway, anyway.
So on January 5th, he released a segment which is long, but anyways, one of the things he said, once my surgery is complete, I will be back to 100% and looking forward to next season.
Dylan,
Business is going to be
can
booming.
I say something? Can I say something, Dylan?
Yes.
I don't think I think he's just saying that for now. But if he plays next season, the same thing's going to happen. He's going to be out for multiple weeks due to a dumb reason. This time, this year because of his ankle injury and him lying about his COVID card, which resulted
Yeah,
in is
yeah.
it 2 game suspension, Dylan? 2 game?
It was 3 games. 3 games.
Oh yeah. See, he missed probably like more than 3/4 of the season, maybe half, over stupid reasons besides his injury.
Yeah,
So anyway, Dylan,
and
we
and
Dylan.
you know also a day or two ago allegedly so this is off of football talk and the headline says Antonio Brown allegedly broke COVID protocol by sneaking a date into a hotel. So social
Yeah,
media
Dylan.
uh
That's not good. Not a good look for him.
yeah, not a good look, and I guess it was on New Jersey on Saturday night before the game. So and obviously I'm assuming even if you're vaccinated, that's like you
All right.
still
Yeah,
can't
Dylan.
let anyone in. But you know,
we should probably
I
move on from AB. We should probably move on from AB because it's kind of getting long.
wrong.
We
What
need
do
to
you
talk
mean?
about more important things. So
More important things.
yeah, Dylan, because AB, yeah, Dylan, we all know that he's.
Yeah, we all know that you know, he has a lot of
But
crimes on him.
something we don't know is if the Patriots will win the Super Bowl this season. What do you think, Dylan?
The Patriots win. Well,
The Super Bowl, Dylan. What are your thoughts? What are your initial
Super
thoughts? If they
Bowl.
play the Bengals, are they winning? If they play the Bills, are they winning? I
Well,
think if they play both teams, they're going to take the dub home. The Bills, it's a hit or miss team against the Patriots. You know, I think it
yeah.
go either side. But the Bengals, they're looking dangerous. Jamar Chase coming off of like a 3-4 touchdown
Oh
game.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I
So whoa
I don't
whoa
want to
whoa
talk
whoa
about
whoa
it. I don't want to talk about. I don't
whoa
want to
whoa
talk
whoa
about them.
whoa no
I
no
don't want.
no no no
I don't
no
want.
no 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 no.
I'll say it myself.
No.
I'll say it myself.
All right.
I'll say it myself. I lost in the fantasy football championship because Jamar Chase was on my bench and he got 55 fantasy points, which made me lose, but I still got some cash. So I'm not that mad about it. But anyway, I think if the Patriots
Instead of
play the
having
Bengals,
40 extra
I think
dollars, you could have a bunch more.
I think that the Bengals
And
versus Patriots would be,
anyways, that will be editing post production.
no,
Anyways,
don't edit that out.
yeah. Oh no, I will. So
Can we tell everyone about it though? Can we tell everyone about?
tell me about your fantasy. Yes.
Let me text the group chat. Let me text the group chat real quick and tell them about the issue. Gavin.
Back to your fantasy thing. So let me pull up the score on my little phone here. Let's see. Score.
All right, Dylan. Show the score, and then we're going to talk about the Patriots versus Jags game, which I think was the best game in
That would be
NFL
something
history.
to talk a little later on. Anyways, so let's look at the playoff bracket. So you were both 5 and 6 seeds. Okay.
Yeah,
And
Dylan. We're both 7-7.
And the score is 127 to 103, and you.
If I put Jamar Chase in, I would have won by 30.
You would have won easily.
So Dylan, what my next move is going to be is next year when we play. I want to do a keeper league because I want to draft Cooper Kupp. And if someone else, I'm going to be really sad if someone else drafts him.
I know that. You know,
I want to do a keeper league. I would pay $10 to do a keeper league. I would honestly pay 15 maybe to do a keeper league because I want Cooper Kupp back. Anyway, Dom. So Patriots versus Jags game. Dylan, who cares if Gavin's interrupting it? Come on now. Who cares if Gavin's interrupting it? Let's just talk.
Oh,
let's just talk, Dylan. Come on.
Where were we? So you lost.
We were at the fantasy.
Fantasy, yes, and then fantasy.
Okay, Dylan.
All right.
You can think it's funny all you want. I lost a fantasy championship, but you didn't even make the playoffs. So I don't want to hear it.
I would rather be the fourth loser than the fourth loser, if that makes sense.
But Dylan, you didn't get any money.
True.
So why'd you rather be the?
So maybe third place is the fourth loser.
Dylan, what are you looking up at, buddy?
I don't know. Anyways, time to move on from this segment and talk about some hockey. So the Bruins are back to 3-0. I mean 3-1 in 2022. Their overall record is 17-11-2, and they're in the fourth.
2
in the
ties, 11
division.
losses, 17 wins. Just to clarify.
Yes.
Anyway,
And
Dylan, I would like to
you
say something about. I would like to say something about hockey.
hockey. Yes, go ahead.
I don't really like hockey. It's not my cup of tea or my bread and butter, however you look at it.
You know,
But I'm gonna say one thing about the Bruins. I'm gonna say one thing with the Bruins.
yes.
What happened to their starting goalie?
Start Tuukka Rask he was injured, so they brought up Jeremy Swayman, and now he's on the Providence Bruins. So now he's on practice.
By the way,
play.
I'm gonna be playing some Play-Doh in my hand while I talk about it, but this video is not sponsored by Play-Doh.
Then why are you showing it? That's
because I'm gonna be playing with it because anyway.
It's a stress reliever, as some people say.
As people call it, but
Yeah.
don't
So
feel any stress when I'm on the Buds podcast. I'm gonna make a creation.
Yes.
Anyway, so Dylan.
On Thursday they lost 3-2. I thought they were gonna come back because on New Year's Day I was there. It was they came back from being down like 1-0, they tied up, and then 2-0 or 2-1, 3-1, and they tied up, and they went overtime, and then they scored. So and then and they beat the Red Wings to 5-1. And
are we gonna be talking about MLS today? I just want to know.
And then 3-2 MLS.
I don't want to talk about it, to be honest, because I don't really like soccer, so we don't need to talk about it.
Unless
you want.
I don't think we neither of us had any MLS talk. So unless you have something in mind, but
I have something in mind, but I don't want to hear it.
For the Revolution?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so tell me.
So do you see their best player, Ronald, what's his name? Ronald Acuna, his name is on the Revolution.
I don't think that's a Revs player.
No, he quit baseball, play for the Revolution.
I don't think so. I'm looking at the roster right now.
Do you see Ronald?
Ronald, no, I don't.
Oh, I know who I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of
I'm looking at the list. I don't see anyone.
I'm thinking of Peabody D1 athlete, Jacob. So trying to think. But anyway, let's talk about something we all know. So we all know our dearest friend David, right?
Oh.
He's a huge soccer fan. He's a huge
He is?
soccer
You
fan.
sure about that?
I'm sure. So I think David being a hockey fan is good for the Buds.
Okay.
Because he can give us our hockey background knowledge. Anyway, Don. So let's go back to
hockey.
Hockey.
Later tonight, if you're watching, or already happened.
The Bruins are on tonight.
Wow.
The Bruins are on.
Yeah. So they're playing the Lightning and
from Seattle.
No, Tampa Bay Lightning.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay Lightning.
Speaking of Tampa Bay, what happened with Antonio Brown?
We were just talking about Antonio Brown, and you didn't want to talk about it.
I'm just joking. I did want to talk about it, Dylan.
Yeah,
we can go back to it.
Yeah, we have time.
Go back to when we talk about the Patriots.
But the Bruins are turning around. I thought, after there were weak postponements of games, that game on New Year's Day might be a little sloppy, but they pulled it off and they've been winning good. Last I was, the Wild
did they beat them, Bruins?
And the Wild, what's the record?
Did the Bruins beat the Wild? Did the Wild beat the Bruins?
The Minnesota Wild team is 20-10-2. So it's whatever. So Taylor Hall had a go in that one, which is good for my fantasy team. I'm 5-6 in fantasy hockey. Woohoo!
All right, we hope.
So, yeah, but but that
All right, Dylan.
penalty for Boston was very high. They had a
Oh, I
bunch
don't
of
know anything.
penalties.
Dylan, I don't know anything
You
about
know,
hockey.
like Boston had 28 penalty minutes, and and face-offs, the Bruins won them, of course, by 40-27. But hopefully the Bruins can beat the Lightning. They're an easy team, or not easy, but I think they could beat them. Anyways, let's talk about some hockey. I mean, oh my god, not hockey.
Basketball?
NBA. So yes,
NBA.
as the Kyrie is back. He returned on Wednesday night against
Yup.
the Pacers. He played 32 minutes. He was 9 for 7. He was 0 for 2 from deep.
9 for
He-
7.
Yes, 9 for 17. 9 for 17. My
Oh
bad,
yeah,
my
that's
bad.
almost
Yes,
50%.
and he got 22 points and was a plus 16. And
That's more than 50%, just a bit.
yeah,
But
so
here's my take on Kyrie Irving.
yes,
He can't play in Golden State or in New York, which means he can't play home games, away games against the Knicks, or away games against the Warriors. That's what I know. Right.
yes.
So let's take this into consideration. Let's just say they're in the NBA Finals against the Warriors. He's gonna need to get the vaccine
Or unless they
because he can't
change
play.
the.
He can't play any game. He can't play any
Well,
games.
I mean, the NBA finals are until in May, so
He's not
COVID
gonna. He's
things
no.
might change, but
He's not. It won't change. If anything, it might get worse for the NBA because, as you know, Dylan, there's like hundreds of players out, so they had to call people from the G League, so it might look
yeah,
different.
like
The finals might look different. I'm just saying. Here's
yeah,
my
I
take.
know
It's
the
the Nets.
finals might
Nets
look
versus Warriors. He can't play any games, not even away games or home
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
'Cause he can't. He's not allowed. So
he's not. And
here's my take. I think the NBA shouldn't force him to get the vaccine because they're obviously not forcing him because if you don't get it, they just won't let you play. So it's not forcing you. Technically, you can just sit out
it's
every
the
game.
cities who are forcing them. It's not the NBA.
Wait,
It's the
oh,
city.
I apologize for my mistake, but yeah,
But
the city.
because for the Garden, it's weird. So if you're a performer, you don't need the vaccine. But if you're attending anything after January 15th, you the fans need the vaccine. But if you're a performer, you don't need it, which
I'm
I
going.
find crazy. Like I just find it
Anyway,
crazy.
Dylan.
Yeah,
Anyway.
and Kyrie actually played well in that game. So I don't know what to say about that.
All right, Dylan.
I know he played
See.
32 minutes, which I was surprised. I thought he played 20 or so.
I just got one question. Dylan,
Yes.
real quick. On the notes, is Parker cut? Who's Parker? Jabari Parker?
Yes. So
He's still in the Celtics?
no, so he actually got cut.
All right. We can go back to the Kyrie thing after you explain it.
Well, no,
So we got-
I was done with the Kyrie thing, but
Oh, so
well, I mean, there was
who's
actually
cut?
just one thing too. I want to see the next schedule, who they're voicing, because there's gonna be threat, time to time, or he might not be playing that much.
Oh yeah, I
Cause-
see where you're coming from.
So I'm trying. I'm kind of looking on. So they play 2 home games, and then they go to Golden State at the end of January. So he's only missing those 3
Oh my God.
games. But I don't know if he's gonna be able to travel with the team when they're going to say what Golden State.
We got some breaking news.
What's some blatant news?
Louisiana Supreme Court upholds employer vaccine mandate.
Okay then. Well, that might be good for Kyrie. Wouldn't that be something?
I suppose.
Well, I mean, you said that's just Louisiana Supreme Court, so it's not gonna be everywhere, but and in the last 2 games of the season against the at home, actually wait, the last 4 he can't play. because they're at Houston and in Madison Square Garden, and then they're home against Cleveland and Indiana. So if they need to beat those Knicks and they lose to get like the #1 seed, that's gonna be bad. Anyways,
Hold on.
Matthews.
I'm getting a text from our manager. He wants a code. He's not allowed, right, Dylan?
No, he's not allowed.
Yeah,
He
he's not
is.
allowed. Sorry.
Anyways,
Sorry.
so
Sorry, Jake.
so Wednesday night, the Celtics lose to the Knicks by Tatum's let's just say good defense, but RJ Barrett, who I thought blows,
No, he's pretty good though.
you know,
He's decent.
he just like
Our manager is
made
mad.
it in. So Tatum was 6 for 11 from deep and 12 from 21, which is better than normally. Brown, he had a bad game. He was 6 for 14. He only had 16 points. So Tatum really carried, and Schroeder off the bench, he carried. He was 8 for 12. I know the Celtics at the end of the fourth quarter kind of blew it. At the beginning of the fourth quarter, it was 84-77. And as you get closer, you realize, oh, they're actually coming back.
Yeah, Dylan.
And
I was just texting our
and
manager.
then and then
Done.
when it gets to 4 minutes left, Fournier makes a 22-foot jumper to tie the game, and then you go down. It's 96.
Dylan, I
for a
think to
minute
be
or
honest,
two,
I think
and then Tatum goes ahead, makes the two free throws, and then Fournier misses a layup surprisingly,
Jake's
and
calling me. He's gonna
then
spam me. I
and then
apologize if I talk.
and Jason Tatum makes the driving layup to go ahead by 1, and then
Our manager is mad.
kind of looking at here, yeah, and then Smart, and Celtics did have a
Anyway.
timeout, or the Knicks did, so they called time of 1.5 seconds, and then
Yeah. Can I tell you
they
what I
passed
think
the
about this?
game,
Dylan,
and then
Dylan, can
RJ Barrett makes it at
I tell you what
0.55.
I think about the situation, Dylan?
Yes.
I
The
think the Celtics are in
Celtics.
deep trouble. They're still in the playing tournament, but it's like not even all-star break and they're struggling. Here's my take. I think Tatum is pretty inconsistent at times. Sometimes shoots 4 for 20. We've seen sometimes before. Sometimes he scores like 40 points. Other times he doesn't do as well. So here's my thing.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna need better players around him. Rob Williams and Jaylen Brown can stay. Schroeder and Smart, they might need to go. That's what
Well, I mean,
that's what our basketball expert Nick Wass said about the situation too. And I quote, they have no one around them.
Yes,
So I agree with Nick on that one.
I
agree with Nick. I agree with Nick on that one, but here's my take. My own take is that Ime Udoka is the reason.
Who?
Ime Udoka is the reason
That's
why
what
they're not
I
winning.
say his name. It's Ime Udoka.
Ime or Udota. Okay, Don, I got you.
You can just call him Ime. That's nice.
All right, I think Ime is the issue. Ever since Brad Stevens left, obviously it's been the start of the season, but I think the Celtics
the
are
only
struggling
reason why
everywhere. They can get a lead. They can get a lead, and they can somewhat keep it, but it's just the end of the game is what kills them.
Well, I mean, only against the Magic they came back, and that was when Jaylen Brown scored about 50 points. So
Yeah, that's the only,
I know
I
that
think
some
that's the
people
only
are
instance.
saying who
think
should
that's the only
you trade? Brown the Tatum, and I thought about it, and I was like, oh, as a match team, I was, oh, you should trade Tatum, and then after the Knicks game, I was like, Tatum had a better game. So it's I know
there's
it's
no right or wrong.
so
There's no right or wrong answer to that question, Dylan. There's
Yeah.
no right or wrong answer to that question, but I'd say Tatum's more valuable because I think Jaylen Brown is a lot like many other players. Like I think him and Bradley Beal, are very similar because they're both shooting guards / small forward. Obviously, they both kind of have the same height. Even though Bradley Beal, I don't know if he really drives well. I don't watch the Wizards, so I don't know. But I can tell you, Jaylen Brown's pretty good driving, hitting dunks, and all that. But I think there's less players like Tatum than there are like Brown. I think Jalen Brown. There's a lot of players like him, but I don't know if you can get anything like Jason Tatum. He's
Yeah.
a forward. He's a
So,
forward that can do anything. I mean, you can say that about like Zion, but Zion's injured and he can't play.
well, yeah, that is
I
right.
don't think there's a lot of players like Tatum, but there are a few like Brown. So I think Tatum's more valuable for that. If that makes any sense, it probably doesn't make any sense. 'Cause I'm terrible at sports takes, but that's all I'm saying is that Jason Tatum is more valuable than Jalen Brown. Apologize for that typo.
Yeah, when Zion Williamson's probably gonna be out for
Yeah,
a
why don't we
little
talk
bit.
about Zion for a couple of minutes? So I think that's a
You
pretty
know,
interesting
so
topic.
you know, the Pelicans. Let me
I
just
think the
pull up.
Pelicans are in shambles. What can I say? Zion's injured. The guard of Lonzo, who's honestly popping off on his new team. I think that the Pelicans are in trouble. Just Ingram. I think Ingram as a star player isn't really
Yeah.
enough. I mean, yeah, they also have Zion, but Zion doesn't even play because he's been injured since the start of the season. There's actually a picture of him that was going around a little while ago. Him like showed on the bench, and it looks like he weighs about, I don't know, like 400,
Well,
300, 400.
yeah,
Probably not
I know
400. They're probably
he has
between
gotten
300 and
bigger.
350.
People have said, but
I think he's like Shaq, but obviously shorter and less dominant. Yeah, Zion in his first few seasons showed that strength of driving,
yeah,
dunking on everyone, rebounds, but his shooting is better than Shaq's was,
yeah,
but I think.
and and they did beat the Warriors.
Who, the
Landon.
Pelicans?
Yeah, so the so
I think
Kobe didn't play that game. It seems like he was out.
Kobe.
Set Kobe.
Oh, I thought you
That
said
Kobe.
Kobe, not
I was
Curry.
like Kobe. Yeah. So I'm not. It's not popping up on the boxes, so it's probably out because of COVID or something that game. But Blaine Ingram drops 32, which is good. But if
Yeah,
Kobe
I don't have
played, they
fancy team.
would probably win because they
Damn,
only lost
talk
by
about
5.
Stephen Curry. Oh my God, Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson. When
Oh yeah,
Thompson comes back,
Klay Thompson
it's
is
gonna
supposed to come back. What?
Sunday, right?
Yeah,
Sunday.
Sunday.
So Sunday's the day.
Sunday's the
The
day
assumed
when I go on my
Sunday's the day when
fantasy
the Splash
team.
Bros
Yeah,
get reunited. Dylan, let's
yeah,
talk about that trade for a
I
second.
know.
Michael absolutely scammed you.
No,
Michael Porter Jr. for Michael Porter Jr. and Klay Thompson for Domantas Sabonis. Dude, Michael Porter Jr. is out for the season. It's basically Klay Thompson for Sabonis, and right now it's not even a question who's
yeah.
better because
Well,
Thompson hasn't played. Thompson hasn't played, and we already know how good Sabonis is because he's a
all
pretty
right,
good player.
all right. So I'm back to the Warriors. The Warriors only one game behind the Suns, and they were 9-point lead against the Lakers. So with Clay coming back, they could win the finals and possibly win it again. So I don't know what you say about that, but I think that might be a good, thing, I guess.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Dylan.
so also NBA players. Oh well, actually, I should go back to the Celtics. In Wednesday, the day before.
Unretired. Oh my God, Taco.
About
Who's the
the day
only one who?
before the you know, they play the Knicks and Brown misses a wide open layup and he just
That
blows
wasn't
it.
Dylan. It wasn't wide open. He hit Jakob Pertl
I know,
literally on.
but it was an easy layup than other
Yeah,
teams
Dylan.
have made.
It went in and out, so it definitely wasn't. If it was contested, he would have been blocked or fouled.
And then so on the COVID front, so Shams tweeted out a few days ago. Houston Rockets assistant coach Gerald Green. Have you heard of him, man?
Oh yeah, I know. He was on the Celtics. I know Joe
So
Green.
he is on retirement plan to sign in the NBA G League, sources tell.
Do you want to know what I feel about that? Dylan? I feel like that's outrageous. I feel like it's funny.
And it says
it's funny because I never knew Joe Green was assistant because he's not even 40. Is he 40? Probably not even.
Let me search up his name.
Well, all I know is that he's an elite dunker, or was, and he probably still will be if he plays. You know how I want to see in the NBA, though? I want to see Jimmer for that in the NBA.
All right, Joe.
Jimmer for that.
He's only 35, so
I want to see Jimmer for that.
he's only 35, and he is going to be playing with the Rockets G League affiliate. Um, and he said he does play on. Oh my, I'm tired. Anyways, so they're planning on and he said he's plans to return to the NBA. Whether it's on the
I don't.
Rockets
I
or
feel
anywhere
that's
else, and he did play in the Celtics, and
I don't. So
so and then
yeah.
also and then Parker, just probably Parker's cut. I think that was more of a Danny Ainge hire than
Oh, I don't
you
even.
know.
I don't even. I don't even. I didn't even know Jabari Parker was still on the team.
Yeah, he was on the team for a while.
I
He
knew he
was
was on the team,
he
but I
was
didn't know
good
he
at
was
the
on
beginning
this
of the
team.
year, but I think Ime is trying to go with a smaller lineup. Not have so many people play. So I feel like that's just
I feel like
easier and they get
he
more trade money.
he
And
may
so me and Matt start a new thing. Or I am.
called.
And that's
We
gonna be
pick it.
called Stories of the Week. Ta-da.
We pick an article. We
So
pick an article and read about
yes.
it. So can I
Pick
go first,
up.
on?
Yes, you can go first and I'll be looking at the
Let me open it
article.
up on my phone. All right, done. So my article is something strange yet interesting. Can I read it?
Yeah, we did. Oh, read
The
the
U.S. had
headline.
5 rabies deaths last year, highest total in decade. So within the past 10 years, since 2010 or 2012, um, there's 5 rabies deaths. I think rabies is the worst disease. So New York, 5 Americans died of rabies last year, the largest number in a decade. And health officials said Thursday that some of the people didn't realize they had been infected
Oh
or
wow.
refused. They either didn't realize or they refused life-saving shots. The CDC says, and prevention released a report on 3 of the deaths, all stemming from contact with bats.
Oh, just like
Bats, dog.
COVID.
And CDC officials said that deaths were tragic and could have been prevented. So here's my take on this: rats. Where do you find rats? And if you got bit by one, why would you not do anything about it? How would you not realize it? So I think it's kind of, so one 80-year-old Illinois man refused to take the life-saving shots because of a long-standing fear of vaccines.
Oh
So your
wow.
life is on your life is on the risk. Small needle in your arm that will literally save your life. No, you're dead. An Idaho man and a Texas boy did not get shots because of a belief that no bat bite or scratch broke their skin, which that's kind of believable because, I mean, you could kind of see, but in all 3 cases, people either quote unquote trivialized the exposure to bats or they didn't recognize the severity of rabies, said this was from Ryan Wallace, a CDC rabies expert
Oh.
who co-authored the report. And 2 other deaths had occurred early in 2021. One Minnesota man bitten by a bat. He got the shots, but an undiagnosed immune system problem hampered their effectiveness. So he had a pre-existing condition, and the shot didn't work because of that. The other victim was bitten by a rabid dog while traveling in the Philippines and died in New York after return to the U.S. So yeah, that was a dog. That's kind of common to get bit by a dog, And rabies is caused.
Yeah.
Can I explain what rabies is for viewers
Yeah.
that don't know?
Rabies. Yeah.
Rabies is caused by a virus that invades the central nervous system. So, and it is usually die from it in animals and humans, and it's most commonly spread through a bite from an infected animal. Most of the counters of rabies have been with bats here. And infections can cause insomnia, so you can't sleep, anxiety, you know what that is, confusion, so you're confused, paralysis, you just stop moving, salivating, however you said that, which means you just like drool, hallucinations where you see stuff that's not there, and difficulty swallowing and fear of water. So difficulty swallowing, can't swallow, fear of water, you're afraid of water, and death can occur only in a couple weeks after symptoms begin.
So
But it can be prevented.
yeah. So I think if something bad's happening and you're about to die, you should probably try to stay alive unless you're like okay, eyes on
And that
Yeah,
was the
yeah.
rest of my article, which I think was interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting, and it did
What's your
help
article, Blake?
people to
Oh, your article was
kind of
your
to
article.
tell people, hey, keep care of yourself. Don't refuse things. So my thing was this is from businessinsiders.com. So
Is it a reliable source?
the headline says KFC rolls out the first plant-based fried chicken with Beyond Meat, which is
just fake meat.
that is exactly
Correct.
right. So
I wouldn't want to. No offense, KFC, but I would not want to eat fake meat.
So KFC is getting into the alternative meat game as Burger King with their Impossible Burger. It said the plant-based fried chicken will be available at every single KFC location in Atlanta starting
Only in
on
Atlanta.
Tuesday.
Only in Atlanta.
No,
Or
well,
not anywhere else.
KFC said it would consider customer feedback and as it decides whether to test the menu at more locations or launch it nationally. So
Don't.
if this actually goes well, you could probably expect it to be rolled, or at least United States worldwide.
To be
I would
honest,
probably
I think
summertime, but
I think that it's going. I think the Beyond Meat thing is going where it should go because obviously you need more vegans because of
yes,
whatever.
yes,
So,
and
but I don't know any vegans that would really eat at KFC. But okay, you do you.
and and it says so I guess and they're trying to and businesses or companies like that Possible Foods and Beyond Meats try to work with other fast food places to start producing this Impossible or non-meat thing because I mean hey it probably brings in a good amount of money and if you want to read and both those stories will be in the bio so if you want to read any more about it the viewers
You sure can.
it will be where I put it right into the description
So
of the video.
So don't
So
every podcast. Every podcast you'll be doing this segment.
Yes, every segment I'll do with everyone
All right, Don.
and so the next thing is MLB.
I'm
So
shaking my head.
there were a few
I think
things.
it's ridiculous what's going on.
Yeah. So first let's try and get all of the fun stuff out. So on January 5th, Arizona Diamondbacks posted a job opening to be a bullpen catcher, and it says reports
I'd do
to
that.
manager and major league team, and duties and responsibilities. It says attend major league spring training and designate camps, work-offs in the off-season as necessary. Spend the entire of the 2022 season with the manager league team, assisting the coaching staff with bullpen and preparing pitchers and catchers as determined by the pitcher or coaching staff. And it says communicate effectively with the coaching staff and players. It's showing that messaging with the players is well aligned with the vision, goals, and strategies set by the coaching staff. And this is the required qualifications. Ability to catch multiple bullpens daily, up to 7 days a week. And it says bring a positive attitude and energy to the ballpark each day with mindset committing to serve the team or needs of the team. And and this is funny. So for qualifications, it says moderate the level of technical proficiency, particularly in Microsoft Office products. So these people don't like be working on like the computers or like what? And it says
Well, I don't know, I just want to have some sort of background on it. What my take on this?
and an ability to communicate and connect with non-English speaking staff and players, so they want to make sure
Yeah,
you
don't,
know
because there are a lot
Spanish.
of Spanish speakers out there. So
And no, and that was the only job opening.
I would love to be a bullpen catcher.
So this is from WCVB
No.
Channel 5, Boston. So the headline reads hundreds apply to be the next operator of the Green Monster scoreboard for the
Oh
Boston
yeah, I
Red
heard about that.
Sox. And
Yeah,
this
Dylan,
posting
that'd be an
was
awesome job.
removed within hours. So, a bunch of people probably signed up, if I was old enough to, I would probably do it. But anyways, so
Who wouldn't? You go to the ballpark for free. You get paid to be at Fenway Park, Dylan.
yes. So
You get paid to watch Red Sox games.
yeah, well, I mean, yeah. So a job description was briefly posted online Wednesday, but was removed within hours. The team said hundreds were applied. So, and it says the ceilings are low, and the walls are covered with signatures from past players, musical acts, and other visitors. Spare numbers for the manual scoreboard hangs in the wall of the back row. And it says the operator sits on folding chairs when they have a chance to sit, and they watch the game through opens in the scoreboard. And um, and it says that the job description states that the Red Sox are looking for someone who is passionate about baseball. That's me and you.
Yeah, that's me and you, Dylan.
Who can walk accurately and this is funny, who can walk accurately in a fast-paced environment. Baseballs are not fast. It takes 4 hours to finish a game. That means no sense. That makes no sense.
They gotta
because
change it. They gotta change the scoreboard fast because what if a bunch of runners score from like a one hit? Then you gotta change it fast. The fans can know.
I know, but mostly
and don't they have the other games? They have the other games, the other MLB games going on out there, so they have to change those too. They gotta do a bunch of things at once.
True, but like how like I read it's like a fast-paced environment. Game's slow, so you might be sitting down there for a while. And it says the operator would need to commit to working during at least half of all the Red Sox games. So they play 90, so 90 divided by 2. That's 45, so they need at least 45. They probably have a bunch of workers anyways. And it says about home games, including day, nights, holidays, and weekends. So, and the link will be down below because there was a video to it. So, and also before we get to the stuff that we're probably really get mad about is the MLB The Show. So,
yeah, Dylan.
So
I hope it comes out.
So this is from like a month ago. There really wasn't anything new, but the fans are ready for MLB The Show 22, and people say no. Well, who is it going to be? Well, a lot of people are hoping that Shohei Ohtani.
What do you think of it? Did you hear that, Tom?
And oh, I didn't hear it, but it said
Okay.
like he's probably the fun one right now. So he's probably the cover athlete, and it says it's supposed to arrive April 20th, which is later, but also because of the possible lockout, there might be even a more delay. So we might not even hear an announcement until they, once they get a CBA, which transition us into the MLB. So the MLBCA. So really, it's been like 7 days, and counting. So this is the first walk stoppage since 1994, 1995 strike, and it stopped on the lockout.
I think it's been too long. It feels like it's been like 60 days or maybe 3 months since they announced something, because there were so many free agency signings that no one expected before the lockout, and then boom. No more signings.
Jeff
And this
Passan.
Dylan, when the lockout ends, it's gonna put so much pressure on players to sign with their teams
Yeah,
or new teams.
because there's a
So
bunch
I
of
think it's gonna be
players like Anthony Rizzo, who else? Clayton Kershaw, like
Clayton Kershaw, Anthony Rizzo, Freddie Freeman, Trevor Story.
Seihei Saruko. I don't know. It's a Japanese player,
Who
but
Dom?
Seihei Saku. I don't know. But anyways, that player was rumored to maybe sign with the Red Sox once
Oh yeah, I heard.
sign out stops, and so I mean,
Oh,
it's
and
probably
Justin
like a
Verlander.
NBA free agency frenzy, but Jeff Passan said it's probably gonna stop. They'll probably get a deal done in late January, and also with Manfred, he likes to take his time and wait till the last second. So some
I
people
think that's
aren't surprised if
Dylan. Do you hear how? Do
they
you hear how
delay
Ken
their
Rosenthal?
trade. But
Do you hear how Ken Rosenthal got fired for his?
oh yes, so Ken Rosenthal was a little
Yeah.
let's just say a little
little rude.
mean to Rob Manfred, but everyone was saying that, so I don't
Not in
get
my
it.
opinion. No,
Anyways,
I think we did was just fine.
and the amount of shit that Rob, what's the commercial?
Language barrier.
No.
That's not what language barrier.
Walter
Language.
Goodell gets shit for. He never he doesn't say anything, but Rob Manfred said, "Oh, Ken Moses or what's that article?" And it's like, yeah,
He got fired from the MLB Network. But still a Fox.
he's still be the Fox Sports
Yeah,
sideline report, just MLB Network. He does not do that anymore.
I think that's fine. I honestly, if I was him, I wouldn't mind. I would honestly want to punch Rob Manfred in the face, but obviously I can't do that because,
things happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, football. Patriots destroy
by 40 points, Dylan. That was
the Cons, and everyone, I guess, on
can our manager Jake Bedard come in for a minute?
So Sunday,
Dylan,
I guess.
Sorry to pause, but Jake wants to come in for 1 minute.
Well, if I set him in, he can talk. Anyways, so
We'll let him
supposed
in
to
last 5
dress
minutes.
up for for the Jaguars game against the Colts, which is funny. But anyways, so the Chiefs, the Patriots destroyed the Jaguars. Matt Jones looks better out of all the 5 QBs who drafted in the first round. So, the Patriots are definitely in the playoffs. So it doesn't matter who they play. They are versus the Dolphins, which, I don't know who could win that one. So, and they lost 6 and 1 away, and the Dolphins are 5-3 at home. But maybe
I think
maybe the Patriots could win.
The Patriots always lose to the Dolphins.
Maybe they could win, but anyways,
they always lose to the Dolphins, which I find really funny.
But all the playoff teams are set. Besides some wild card teams. But anyway.
So yeah, they clinched the playoffs, right?
Yes, the
Patriots
did clinch the playoffs.
Win or lose, they make the playoffs either against the Bills or the Bengals. I heard, like I said earlier, I think they could possibly win both them, but I don't know. The Bengals have some good wide receivers. I think Jamar Chase is better than Diggs this season. Obviously, stats say it. So Joe Burrow. I don't know. It's pretty good.
Yeah, hey, I know the Bengals are probably mad at what the Pats did in 2019 with sideline the Bengals team, and they got docked, $1 million or so on pick. So, anyways, anyway, so Matthew, do you think the Super Bowl will still happen in California?
Yeah, why wouldn't it?
Well, if you haven't been paying attention, so the Spun by Sports Illustrated, they posted on January 5th. It says, the Super Bowl still scheduled play on February 13th, which is a week later, but anyways. But amid the COVID-19, NFL's
Oh
reporting
yeah.
iron backup sites for their annual title game and everything in South here, California. But Gavin Newsom, the California governor, does have any plans to shut it down. But I guess every year the NFL does look for backup sites, but since this has
I
been
think a good backup site would um they can't put it anywhere up north, obviously, but because who wants to play a Super Bowl in 30-degree weather in New England,
well, I mean, they did do a
and they
Lucas
can't do that
Oil
because let's just say
Stadium, but that's
they need to
inside.
pick somewhere. They need to pick somewhere like neutral play, like maybe I wouldn't mind like them playing in. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into picking
Well,
a stadium. It has to have enough seating, enough hotel. I watched a video on it. Enough hotels around, enough train facilities, equal train facilities, and a good amount of seats in the stadium. So I think it's going to be hard to pick a second one, but I
so
want it to happen
so
in SoFi.
so the Cowboys Stadium, Jerry Jones um playground, I guess. That's what put place, and I know that Jerry Jones definitely wants to do. He's gonna be pushing behind the scenes. Yeah, get out of California because of COVID. Get out of there. Get out of there.
No,
Like everyone.
who would want to in Texas over California?
Well, I mean,
Texas is worse with COVID. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure,
well, I
but I'm pretty
mean,
sure.
well, I mean, the restrictions of us or the protocols or whatever, but but it feels like the NFL is saying, yeah, we don't leave if you're not gonna let us do what we want, and that. But I think it's a little too late to move it. Definitely now. If it's February 13th, and then the NFL does want to move it, they probably have to move it by like end of January. If it's February 4th, there's no way they're moving it. You know. Anyways. So yeah, so that's that. And then the Washington football team is getting a new logo, or a logo that's supposedly gonna be on for the team for the next 100
Oh,
years or
Dylan.
90 years, they said.
I just got an update. Woj was talking about Joe Harris returning this season. I'm aware it's off topic, but I just saw it popped up.
Okay.
We're just talking about it right now about Joe Harris possibly returning to the Nets, which I think he would help the Nets a lot.
All right, yeah. Washington football team is supposed to get a logo, and guess a
yeah.
bunch of fans are saying the Wolves when they started to do so. There's a whole fake video out there.
Yeah, the
But
Red Wolves, honestly, I wouldn't mind that.
they said first they said that it won't be a Wolves or Red Wolves because the legal process. So it's not be the red Wolves or Wolves at all. But it's funny how they announced it the day after that fans fall on the field, and the fans say that Jalen Hurts was the only one who really asked them if they were okay. None of all the security people was saying like just get off the field, which is a bad look, but it's whatever. So, any other thoughts
I think that
this
the Washington football team
football
changing their
team?
name. I think they should just do what. Obviously, I don't live in Washington D.C. and I'm not a football team fan, so I don't care what they change it to. But at least make it look. At least make the logo look good. I don't care about the name. I want the logo to look good because, like, I don't know. I think the logo might be important.
And in the video, they've been working on this for over a year. So they've been researching it, everything, getting inputs from coaches and everything, and past time players. So it will be a good logo, but as I went until February 2nd, and once they do that, they need to find a new fucking stadium because there's no way that, they'll get a new stadium without, I don't know.
Yeah, don't.
But they need a new stadium because of the sewage and the barricade that collapsed. All they put was zip ties, which is not gonna work.
They talk about the Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, and Jalen Hurts wasn't quite too mad of taking pictures because they were like, oh shit, what happened?
Yeah, no, I think
but then the second like, okay, get off him. I was like,
I think that was weird how that happened. How that
it was poorly managed by the staff. They didn't.
Yeah,
have
don't. I agree. The staff sometimes only care about the player more than the fans because going on the player's a celebrity, deserves to be treated like one, and all that stuff. Don't. So those are my final thoughts on Jalen Hurts.
So do you have anything else?
I don't. Nope, not that I can think of. But yeah, it was a pleasure.
Any other thoughts? Do you have any movie thoughts? Like The Weeknd released their new album last night at midnight or something.
I don't.
Their album really isn't that good, really. But
One more thing. We're on our notes. We have Brock pins Big E.
Yeah, so let's talk some wrestling now. So Brock Lesnar at day one in Atlanta, Georgia, beat Big E because Roman Reigns was not there because of COVID, and that's who he was supposed to face. But anyways, so he was supposed to face Roman, but then people were like, oh no, but Big E was supposed to lose anyway, Seth Rollins, so it didn't matter, or that's what people are saying.
I don't really follow wrestling, but it sounds cool how you can pin people and all that.
So imagine it's just wrestlers do get hurt. I will say it's not real. It's more
people say wrestling's fake, and so they shouldn't have it.
It's not fake.
Wrestling's a staple to the United States.
Yeah, wrestling was a thing even before really basketball was a thing. It's been here for a long time, and wrestling really got big when Vince McMahon, really started WrestleMania 1, and that's boom. And now these wrestling companies, or at least WWE, had made movie stars i.e. for example The Rock, John Cena, Batista, The Miz, he's another one. So really, there's been, a lot of people that they've, kind of made into movie stars, and I know that WWE has released
I think it's cool how you can go from a wrestler to movie star easily.
80 superstars that they released, but they might be selling the company, but who knows? Also, they get big money from Saudi Arabia, which are going to February, so that's gonna be fun. Hopefully, it's not Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and the Saudi show. But anyway,
I'm sure that you're watching the Saudi Arabia WWE.
I know it's supposed to be on Saturday. Usually, it's on a Thursday at 1:00. So usually, I wait until it's over, and later the night I watch it. But it was on a Saturday, then good for me because then we could do a pre-show that day. That was on.
I suppose we can. So yeah.
And hopefully I can talk to you.
It's cool.
Matthew, sometime in March or something.
Before baseball, yeah, 100%. I'll be on the show once again.
Yeah, because the season will start on March 31st. So hey, maybe April 2nd.
Yeah. I mean, good luck to that happening because the CBA hasn't.
Yeah, the CBA. Yeah.
But yeah, so I think they should. I heard that they're gonna do it sooner or later, but we will see. That's the answer. The final answer. We will see.
I would be surprised if we get to February 1st, and they've been, agreeing on some things. I want the universal DH but then once you take
Oh,
out your
yeah.
starting pitcher, you lose that, DH and the pitch after. That's all I see. But anyways,
That's cool.
anyways,
Or other way around.
yeah,
You get
thanks
the
for
DH after your pitcher.
thanks
It was
for
a pleasure being on the
listening.
show. The first ever episode. The pleasure being
Yeah.
on.
Well,
I'll be back.
2022.
I'll be
All
back.
right.
All the fans
So
out there. I'll be back in March.
thanks for
with,
listening, and you can follow all the Bud
Yep.
socials on
Thank you to all the fans
Twitter,
watching.
Instagram, TikTok @_the
Give
Bud.
us
You
feedback.
can
Any
follow
feedback helps.
Dylan
Any feedback helps, right, Dylan?
at DJosic12 on any social media, I guess, and Matt
Yeah, make sure you follow
at
Dylan.
Matthew_8507 on his Instagram, and on TikTok, Matthew.com, and everything will be in the bio, and Maddie Ice Tea on Twitter. That's definitely one. And I will talk to you guys next week with Mike, and we'll be going over playoffs, because playoffs start next week, not this week. Anyways, see ya, bye.
Give your cheeks a pinch, pinchy, 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 pinch, poop, poop. Have you ever had to take a shit at a zoo? Maybe at school, maybe in a pool. Sometimes I have to take a shit in a drive-thru. Make poop. This song goes out to the truckers. Man, I feel bad for all you motherfuckers.